Welcome to Subramani. Please hit the bell icon. Please subscribe. Something like 34-35% of people who watch the videos don't subscribe. So please subscribe. It feels good to have a higher number of subscribers, largely ego driven. But if you hit the bell icon, you will get the videos as soon as I put it. So here today I'm going to talk about perennially relevant financial advice. This is as applicable to a 22-year-old, to a 52-year-old, to a 62-year-old if they have not done it, right? So what are these steps? So first thing is to create a good financial literacy for you and your family. Don't ignore your family. Don't say your wife doesn't need to know, or your son doesn't need to know, or your daughter doesn't need to know. Doesn't make sense. If your kids are 12, 13 years and more, they should know almost everything that you have done or are doing financially, because they are the people who are going to manage the money. So taking term insurance is good for you in the sense that the family is protected. If the family does not know how to handle that, then it is a disaster again. So buying term insurance is good, but much before buying term insurance is improving the financial literacy of the people around you. Could be your mother, father, driver, maid, everybody, assistant, juniors, cousins, parents, spouse, children, everybody around you. Please try to increase their financial literacy. Keep telling them the importance of financial literacy and keeping yourself updated. This is also important, because you would have heard many of my videos saying buy term insurance, buy index funds. But what happens is the industry creates products around the same term insurance which I am telling you. This could be return of premium, limited term, limited payment term insurance, right? These are derivatives, and these are bad derivatives. So you should buy pure term insurance. Don't buy with any riders or anything, because you don't understand the riders. For example, one insurance company, accident rider, death by accident rider, does not include accidents happening inside the house. So if somebody has an electric shock and dies inside the house, that will not be considered an accident, because it is that is specifically not covered. We don't want to get into such trouble. So keep increasing your financial literacy. Second, create a financial plan. If you don't plan, it is still there in your head, right? In your head there is a plan. Oh, my daughter is of this age, I have to pay for her 12th class, and after that maybe for engineering or medicine, or my son is going abroad and I have to pay for that. It is there in your mind, and you're doing it subconsciously, unconsciously, but you're doing it. But if you can consciously sit down and say, these ABC investments are for my daughter's education, DEF are for my son's education, fund F is for my retirement, right? If everybody knew what you were doing, it would be much better if you were not around, for whatever reasons, if you're not around. So making a financial plan includes, of course, that you will set a budget, and you will have your goals, you will have your goals, you will have your investments, etc. And some goals, if you don't have money and if you don't have the energy, then those goals are not important at all. So prioritize your goals. First write down your goals and prioritize your goals. Once you do financial planning, the whole process itself, you will understand what you're doing. Have the financial plan in writing and make sure your whole family understands it. Part of your financial planning could also include making a will, etc. So complete financial plan. So financial literacy, financial plan. Third, very important, make sure that your net worth is increasing every year, including the inflation. So if your net worth this year is 1 crore and inflation is 7%, and your net worth has gone to 1 crore 7 lakhs, it means your net worth has kept pace with inflation. Now this may be good for a retired person, but it may not be good for a person who is working, because with 1 crore he may even be adding another 7-8 lakhs of his own investments. So he or she should have 1 crore 7 plus 7, so 1 crore 14. He or she is keeping pace with inflation. So make sure that you know how to calculate your net worth. This may be part of your financial planning. and monitoring your net worth on a regular basis, which could be just looking at it. It's not that it's going to increase on a month to month basis. If the market is down, maybe your net worth won't increase, but over a 5-year period it should keep pace with inflation. Why am I saying 5-year? Because it won't happen year on year. Some years, if the market is down and you're excessively, say 70-80% in equities, a good chance that your net worth won't go up. Then in such cases, make sure that at least you match the inflation simply because of your own contribution, right? So either save more. If you think the returns from the equity markets are not enough for you to meet your goals, you will have no choice but to save more. So when you monitor your net worth, you have the advantage of knowing where you're going, and it's like looking at milestones. You're traveling from place A to place B, which is 500 kilometers. So every 50 kilometers, you know what landmarks, or at least a milestone, something which is a highway, something is coming, so that you know you're going in the right direction. So keeping sure that your net worth and your income also, even if suppose you're a doctor and you're charging 100 rupees, next year you have to charge 107. The year after that you have to charge 115. You have to keep pace with inflation. Or you say, I can't do that every year, but so every 2 years I will increase it by 20 rupees or 15 rupees or whatever, right? So do that, do something like that. Make sure that your income and your net worth are keeping pace with inflation. That's very important, especially for people who are charging fees, to know that they are charging the same fees which they were charging previously, but adjusted for inflation. So that's the way you will grow. Very important, after all this, keep investing. When you do your financial plan, you have arrived at your goals, you have arrived at where you want to invest. Now actually invest. If you know how to invest, if you are interested in investing, then you will learn and do it. But it is also important that you are investing, even whether it is a simple one or a complex one, it should not take your eyes away from the ball, right? So if you are a cricketer, you should be interested in taking wickets and scoring runs, and not having to worry about should I put in this fund, should I put in that fund. Give your money to somebody and say, look, I can generate 50 lakhs a month or 25 lakhs a month or whatever, or maybe 1 lakh a month. So accordingly you plan your investments and start doing it. Actually investing is very important, right? So understand investing and start doing it. Part of your financial plan will include that also. Understand taxation also, because sometimes it is better to have the money growing in your parents' account, sometimes it is better to have the money growing in your children's account. So understand taxation, understand investing, learn taxation. Don't say I've outsourced everything. Even if you outsource, you have to learn. You cannot outsource learning. So you keep learning and you keep investing. Get your investment advisor to teach you, tell you what he is doing, what she is doing. Maintain a notebook, an investment notebook, in which you write down all that what people are saying. Even this video is too long. You can always make a summary and make sure that you communicate this to your children. Of course, you can watch this video along with your children, that's great, but even if you were to just make a summary of this, maybe 5 lines, 6 lines, and you will be able to share it better with your children, or maybe put it in a WhatsApp group, right? Somewhere in your mid-30s, you should also start building your secondary or third source of income. Just having one source of income, whether you are a cricketer, whether you are a businessman, whether you are a person in service, it is better to create 2-3 sources of income. Could be anything, could be create a portfolio and have a dividend income, could be maybe you bought a spare house which you give it on rent. I'm not saying real estate, equity, whatever, but start creating a secondary source of income, right? So if you're a trainer, maybe making videos, maybe doing some more teaching, etc., can be another source of income. If you're a salesperson, doing sales training or teaching sales in a college could be another source of income. So create that multiple source of income, so that if the main source of income stops, you don't have to panic so much. If you're husband and wife, let us take a case of a husband and wife where the husband is earning 20 lakhs and the wife is earning 10 lakhs. After some time, the wife gives up the job and the husband is now earning 40 lakhs. Is it good income? It is very good income. But what happens if that income stops? The best thing for him would have been having a wife who was working, was also earning say 25 lakhs or 30 lakhs, so that when he loses his job, maybe he's 44 years of age and he loses his job and he takes 6 months to find, at least he is less stressed simply because he knows that his wife is earning. So women giving up their jobs is not something, I mean, if it is invariably you have to give up for whatever reasons, you're nursing a parent or an elder sibling or somebody, and therefore you have to give up your job. But if it is just looking after your kid, think twice, because you need 3-4 years, it does not mean you end your career. So so think about all that before every decision that you take, taking up a job, shifting, not keeping a job, quitting your job, all that is a financial decision. Remember that. So multiple source of income could also mean spouse income. When you're saving for a particular financial emergency, etc. When you're investing for a purpose. So when you're investing, make sure that when your goals are near, you know how to withdraw and all that. So financial planner may not tell you when to withdraw, because that is more a investment manager's decision. A financial planner may not know that. So learn it by yourself. There is financial planning which you have to learn from a planner, and investment management which you have to learn from a good investment advisor. Sometimes you combine the two, but it does not mean the person is competent to do both. So you may have to sit and learn it yourself. If you are building a credit for yourself, build it responsibly. If you are using a credit card, make sure you make the payment on the due date. In fact, I would encourage you to get a credit card and make all your payments through the credit card. The advantage of making payment through the credit card is you will get some brownie points. Maybe you can use it for the lounge access. Far more importantly, you're building yourself a credit. So tomorrow if you want to buy a car or build a house, buy a house, you will have a good credit rating, because of which you will get a better rate. But please remember, build it responsibly. Don't ever delay any payment. That is not very that's not going to look very good on your credit card report, right? So plan for retirement. You start doing it when you're 22, right? So it's difficult to believe, but yes, you have to start doing whatever it is. There is one mutual fund, at least I think PGIM, which allows you to build for your retirement from your age of 0. So if you have a son or a grandson or granddaughter who is 5 years of age or 2 years of age, you can start investing for their retirement at this age, so that when they retire, they say, oh, my grandfather started this retirement fund for me, therefore I could retire at 48 and I could tell my boss I'm not coming from tomorrow. So your own retirement, your children's retirement, your wife's retirement, all that, start planning, and don't delay it just thinking, oh, it's very far away. It's not far away at all. Learn about taxation. I said this earlier also, in an investment, from an investment point of view, and also from deadline point of view, from paying advance tax, from filing the return. Learn it or give it off to somebody to do it, that's fine, but you still must know how it is to be done. Don't give too much, don't give in too much to the consumer culture. Everybody will come and push you for something. Buy a bigger car, buy a bigger house, buy a bigger fridge. Everything is being pushed to you. Make sure that you know what you're doing and start saying no. Start saying no to financial products which you don't understand. It's very important to say no to many things in life, and financial products is definitely one of them. So once you do all these things, and I think I've covered everything. Maybe I'll make another video like this after some time, but I think I've covered everything. Thank you.